Hello, and welcome to today's episode of 219 GreenConnect, where we explore topics about the environment and green living in Northwest Indiana. For news and upcoming events, you can visit us online at 219greenconnect.com, or this podcast is available via iTunes. This show is brought to you in part by My Social Media Coach, providers of social media training for nonprofits and business. To find out more, you can go to www.mysocialmediacoach.com. I'm your host, Kathy Sipple, and with me today I have Donna Stuckert today we're going to be talking about Earth Day. So, Donna,
yes.
We're very excited. Even though you are with Porter County Recycling and Waste Reduction District, you are the organizers of Northwest Indiana Earth Day, and this is the 8th annual. So tell us a little bit about that. Who's going to be there? What's new this year?
Well, we have so much going on this year. It's really going to be our biggest and best show, I believe, ever. Earth Day, the Earth Day celebration isn't just a Porter County event, as you had kind of alluded to. It's the Northwest Indiana Earth Day, and it is Northwest Indiana's premier Earth Day celebration, where people can come and connect with environmental organizations, exhibitors, businesses, and vendors that can engage them in fun and entertaining ways so that they can learn about living greener and becoming more environmentally conscious. So basically, we're trying to get people there and hope that they take something away with them, whether it's a product, whether it's learning, how to further reduce their impact. And in doing so, we've got a lot of great shows and vendors and things that can really pique people's interest to come. The biggest and this isn't listed in any of the advertising that has gone out this weekend because this was just a recent
podcast exclusive.
It is. It is a podcast exclusive. This just came down the pipe last Friday. It was confirmed, so practically a week before Earth Day, is we are going to have Radio Disney basically wrapping up the Northwest Indiana Earth Day celebration from 2:30 to 4. And this is coming down, it's a co-sponsorship between NIPSCO and the Indiana Pipeline Awareness Association. They are going to be talking, the theme, of course, is Earth Day. They are going to be doing games and prizes and activities and music and dance, all, with the Disney kind of theme. It's going to be a wonderful show for kids, adults, anybody who loves Disney. So we're really excited about that. That is something, like I said, that is just a very recent addition. So, if people... And I don't want to say this because I always hope that people are always interested in finding out, how to live better environmentally. But if they're interested in Disney and they come out for Disney, maybe they see something else that, will spark their interest and take something else with them to make them more aware of the environment. So that's the biggest and most recent update to Earth Day. Now, in addition to that, and as I had mentioned,
the program itself, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I just do have to ask because Disney, I am trying to get my arms around that. So does it have any kind of like a green connection, or it's just we're just saying it's a lure to get the kids out there?
Yes, no, it does have an environmental. It does have a green connection. It is about the environment. So they are, yes, it is Radio Disney and the environment is basically what it is. So they're coming out with that Disney theme, but they are going to be working the environment into that with their games and activities and music. So, yes, that's what's exciting. And So we're very pleased that they're coming out and doing this. And of course, we have some other wonderful shows and programs. Last year, we had 2 animal shows that ended up being standing room only. They were wonderful. We are having them out again. The program's called Silly Safaris. They are, it's all about education, as is all of Earth Day is. It's all about education. And Silly Safaris brings out live animals. It's a show and tell. They introduce different animals to the audience. They encourage positive human-animal interactions. They inspire responsible pet ownership and wild animal conservation. They have been a leader providing live animal conservation education in Indiana. And they have very inspiring shows, very educational shows, and extremely entertaining. The kids were mesmerized last year, so we couldn't help but book them for this year.
Good.
And as you know, animals, I think, everybody loves animals. Also, brand new this year, and we're real excited to have them, the Lake County Solid Waste Management District's Green Team.
Yeah, I'm really glad to see that. I like to see those counties, partnering together. That's wonderful.
Yes. They are an award-winning group. They are known for their presentations and assemblies in schools throughout Lake County. We are excited that they're going to be up there on our stage doing their show and engaging the audience, and so we're thrilled to have them. This is another first. Besides Radio Disney, this is the first time the Green Team from Lake County is going to be at Earth Day. So
that's great.
We're thrilled to see that. Yeah.
I got to say I don't know, probably because of my age, but I think I'm more thrilled about that even than the Disney. If I had kids, I can definitely see how the Disney might, be a good incentive to get them along too. But that's really great news. I'm glad to hear about that partnership. Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I read, or you told me you're going to be in 3 buildings this year?
Yes, we are. If you can believe it. The nice thing about it, last year we were in 2 buildings, and I know you were there. We were bursting at the seams. I mean, there wasn't any other space that we could, occupy in those buildings. Therefore, we did book all 3 buildings. We were a little concerned on whether we can fill them. And we have moved into the 3rd building. We're probably about half full, or I would say maybe 2/3 full in that 3rd building. Okay. So the nice thing about that is there's elbow room. We had gotten a few complaints from vendors last year with noise, and I totally understand. And we also had to turn vendors away that called at the last minute and really wanted to get in, and there was just no place to put them. So this year, we're even holding the door open at the last minute saying, okay, anybody else? if you want to get in, we can get you in. It's not a problem. So
makes it a little harder on the organizer, I'm sure.
It's okay. I mean, we can't make any promises that they're going to be in the literature that's handed out at the door because that's already gone to press. But if people really want to be there, we will make the room for them up until we can't make any more room. So
I realize we should probably back up and just give some identifiers. If this sounds like something you'd like to find out more about as a vendor or as a participant, you can learn more at itmeanstheworld.org. So that's the website, and you'll see that as the front page right now where you can find out more about it. We are talking about the Northwest Indiana Earth Day, 8th annual, and that's coming up this Saturday, April 20th, at the Porter County Expo Center. So that's right at the corner of Indiana Highway 49, which runs north-south, and then also Division Road. So right at the intersection of that is where the Porter County Expo Center. It's a really good location that's smack dab in the middle of what we consider Northwest Indiana. So very, very evenly placed, and hope to see people from, LaPorte County, Porter County, Lake County, and the counties south of us as well. So just FYI, if this is kind of making you interested and wondering how you can be a vendor or how you'd find out more to be a participant, to bring your kids or just come out for the day, go to itmeanstheworld.org. And you guys also have a Facebook page, so people could find you there.
Yes.
And you know what I did just this morning? I actually changed the header on 219 GreenConnect to be a banner for Earth Day. So it's got your information there.
Oh, yay.
Yeah. So
excellent.
Feel free to steal that if you'd like. But it's got a real neat Earth logo that a friend of mine, Anne-Marie Marti, here in Valparaiso designed. And it's called, I think we've only got one Earth to Love. And she's got a neat thing called Mighty Mirth. So we're calling it Mighty Earth, Earth Mirth Week. And I'm trying to just build a buzz to help drive people to Earth Day on Saturday. So just a lot
excellent.
Of good. Yeah. So, and I know we've got some people that we've previously spoken to on the podcast, some of which you connected me to. One I'm really excited to meet is Bill Hallier from Race for the Future, or Race to the Future. I'm trying to remember his exact name now. And he'll be there with a couple of alternatively powered vehicles. Is that correct?
Yes. It is Race for the Future, the Alternate Power Initiative. And he's bringing a couple of vehicles, as is the South Shore Clean City. So there are going to be some vehicles on display. So, yes, and I have not met Bill either. I've talked to him on several occasions. So, yes, a lot of these people I've spoken to, and it'll be really nice to actually meet them and put a face with the name.
Yeah, I remember you and I were both at the South Shore Clean Cities luncheon, and we were looking all over for him, trying to meet him. So, Bill, you have no idea. You've got fans. Donna and I are looking forward to it.
We felt like we were stalking him.
Well, speaking of which, I'm not sure I should admit this, but I'm a big fan of Glenn the Garbologist, which is, of course, your trademark mascot. And I am a big fan of worm composting, as you know.
Yes.
Last year I did hail Glenn the Garbologist down when he was walking through the aisles of Earth Day, and I demanded that I get into a picture with him. I may need to make that my profile on Facebook for a while. That was a proud moment.
Kathy, every conversation with you leads back to worms.
I know, it does. It really does. But, when you think about it, I mean, the Earth is covered with soil, and, sometimes these things like how to fix alternative energy or how to fix, pipelines or all these really big questions, it's not that we don't care or we don't want to be involved about it, but you can't make that decision. I feel like composting is something that I can do every single day, and it's like my little patch of earth is something that I can control. So maybe that's it. I compost because I'm a control freak. No, but I just feel like, if everybody took that approach, then we'd have a lot of, backyards or a lot of community gardens that would be, much healthier. And it's just, for me, a very tangible and meaningful way to connect, to the earth. And yeah. So there is nothing to my madness, but you are correct. I do bring it around to worms quite frequently. But all right, so I'll try to get back to you. I know besides the composting workshops that your organization puts on here in the spring, you also do rain barrel workshops, and you had a rain barrel contest. So can you say anything about that? What will be featured at Earth Day relating to?
Well, we were very excited to host this contest, and we tossed it out there. We weren't sure if schools would be interested, but we asked schools if they wanted a rain barrel or two to design, we're calling it, environmentally. So we asked them to use paints or crafts or something that's going to, number one, hold up in the weather, because they are rain barrels and they ultimately end up outside. And number two, do not impact the environment in any way. And we asked them to design it and participate in this rain barrel design contest, where we will basically display all of the rain barrels from the schools, and every attendee, small, large, that comes into Earth Day is going to get a ticket that they can use to vote on their favorite rain barrel of the day.
Great.
And the winning school/class is going to come away with two. They're called hand chairs because they look like a hand, and you can sit on them, and they're made out of recycled milk jugs and laundry detergent plastics. So they're recycled hand chairs. They're fun. Kids love them. And one school or class is going to walk away with two of them at the end of Earth Day. So we're curious to see what the designs are going to look like. We're excited about them, and it's another, angle, because while this is a contest and everybody's, really excited to see what they've done, but you have to think about the rain barrel's been introduced to the classes, and, the teachers get a chance to talk about rain barrels and conservation and the earth while they're doing this craft. So it kind of does double duty, as far as the entertainment value and the learning value. So it's new. We had 19 schools take us up on it, and we've got 26 barrels that people are going to have to decide which one is their favorite. So
That's great. I have to say I'm a big fan of rain barrels. I haven't warmed up to them quite as much as worms. They're not as cute. Maybe if they were painted for students. But yeah, we now have 3, and I have to say, I just think, why haven't I always had a rain barrel? It's free water that you can use to water your plants. It's actually better for your plants after it settles for a while. Not really, really cold right out of the tap, and it also diverts water from the storm drains, and helps lessen the load on your municipal systems there. So just a lot of reasons to look into that. I mean, I feel kind of like a rebel, just getting something for free. I've collected.
Yeah.
And crazy, but in some areas of the country, it's actually illegal to harvest your own rainwater because they want that water, in some desert states. So think about how lucky we are. Yeah.
Yeah.
We can harvest our rainwater. We're encouraged to do so. And then the other thing you mentioned, not exactly related to the painting of the rain barrels, but you mentioned paint. And I know that the Hobart recycled paint program is going to be featured. Is that right?
Yes.
And did I tell you that I bought some of that to paint my new office? Yes,
you did.
Great. It was such a value, $3 a gallon, and it worked like a charm. It was very nice. So thanks for being a part of that program.
Sure. Was it really thick?
You know what? I bought way more than I needed, expecting that I would need multiple coats, and it actually did a great job. It only needed like 1.5 coats, let's say. So,
wow.
At $3 a gallon, I was happy to buy more than I needed and, share the excess with somebody else. But, I mean, I would do that again in a heartbeat.
Excellent. And, we started this partnership, and it's the Recycling and Waste Reduction District of Porter County has partnered with the City of Hobart with this paint recycling program, and it is the reason why Porter County residents, number one, can recycle their latex paint at the City of Hobart because that used to be a Lake County only program. But with our partnership, people in Porter County can recycle their latex paint there, and they can buy recycled latex paint. And you're right, Kathy, at $3 a gallon, it's a bargain, number one. It's a great product. A lot of people, and they say they have repeat customers because people try it, they like it, and then they come back and get more. So if you have a paint project and you don't want to spend a lot of money, maybe you have a rental unit, maybe it's the shed outside, whatever, or maybe you need it as a primer. They say it is an awesome primer.
Oh, sure.
It's nice and
Sure.
thick. Yeah.
Great primer. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the color that I got was kind of a dove gray or a taupe, and it was perfect. I think that there are opportunities to tint it, but I just went with it as is, and it worked great for my needs. So yeah, I would definitely check that out.
Excellent.
Another one I personally am excited about. I'm hoping I can get somebody to man my booth at 219 GreenConnect so I can go and listen to the Northwest Indiana Society for Sustainable Living. They're going to be talking about the time bank system that they've got going. And do you have any other advanced information about that, or?
I do not. I know that I don't think it's totally up and running. I think they're at a point where they will soon roll it out. But I think it's trying to get people aware of what it is, how it works, and how it's a benefit. Because really, when you think about it, this is not a new concept. I mean, no. the thought of with a time bank, you trade skills with other members of the community. So instead of buying a service, you do something for somebody, and you kind of, my understanding, you bank that because you provided a service. Then that means that you will get services back because is that correct? Is that your understanding of it too?
And I guess when I say barter, you usually have to go around and find that person who needs exactly what you have. And if I understand it correctly, and I hope to learn more Saturday, is with a time bank, you don't have to find that one-to-one exchange. Your hours go into the bank, and you can take it out in another way. So let's just say, for instance, you're willing to go out there and milk their goats. You don't necessarily need goat milk. You could end up getting heirloom seeds, and somebody else could get the goat milk, for having donated the seeds. So, it just gives you a little bit more flexibility where you can give a little bit, a wider range of your services and also extract a wider variety of services. So I'm really hoping to learn more. Those guys out there are just doing a lot of very interesting things to help people, learn. It's not necessarily new stuff. It's really going back to old ways and interconnectedness and community. I think it was back in February I attended my first meeting out there it's just held out at the farm in Valparaiso, and we had a seed exchange. So they set up a seed library with all heirloom seeds, and members could donate seeds, take out seeds. I'll say, I think they're really interested in building. It isn't really a hard and fast plan, but good people, smart people, and I really like what they're doing. So it's very interesting to see. And, let's see. I'm trying to think who else I saw on the lineup. We've got a couple people that they were my neighbors last year. I had East Wind Acupuncture to the left and Recycled Granite to the right, and I think both of them are coming back. Is that think I saw
Yes.
that. Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Eastwind Acupuncture, always really interesting, very thorough about their knowledge of traditional Chinese medicine. So stop by. They can do all kinds of things just by looking at your tongue, which is amazing.
Oh, geez.
Have you ever done that?
No.
Yeah, I mean, in the interest of full disclosure, I did work for them for about 4 months, 3 years ago, and so I learned quite a bit about what they could do. But it is just amazing how they are able to assess what's going on with somebody's body and recommend natural, alternatives to prescriptions and things like that. So just, so how does that relate to green? Well, if you're not on a prescription that's better for your body, but also, that prescription medicine ends up either through your own waste or getting dumped into the trash, again, it comes back to it could end up in our soil or end up in our water. So just figuring out ways to address these issues naturally, I think, is well worth the time.
Right. And speaking of that, the 1030 program is how to create a chemical-free environment in your home.
Great.
And that's going to be presented by one of our exhibitors, Young Living. And she is going to talk about the dangers of toxic household cleaners, the impact chemicals have on our health and our homes and our environment. So, that's, which is very important. And there are just things that in food and in some of your cleaners and stuff that people just don't realize. And so it's good to bring those to light so that people can make some decisions and decide, do they want to continue to use that, or maybe they want to find an alternative that will lessen the impact on the environment and their health. When you think about some of the stuff that we use on a daily basis and fumes and stuff that we come in contact with, and it really does make you think.
It sure does.
Which is good.
Yeah, it really does. And I am excited about that program, too. Being an exhibitor myself, I'm not sure how much opportunity I'll have, but I encourage everybody who's listening to come for as much as you can. Again, we're talking about the 8th Annual Northwest Indiana Earth Day, which will be held this Saturday, April 20th at the Porter County Expo Center, and you can find out more at itmeanstheworld.org. If you get the Sunday paper, the Times, there was also a very good Earth Day tab that was inserted in there. So if you didn't yet throw that away, or your recycling bin isn't, rain-soaked, grab that, and that'll give you a nice, handy list of some of these things that we're talking about, as well as some green living tips. And I want to thank Donna for including 219 GreenConnect, as well as Northwest Indiana Green Drinks, with a mention in that tab. She and I are really on the same page. Earth Day is a big, extravaganza one time a year, and it's awesome. And what I try to do is fall and have meetups each month with green drinks. So we do that generally the second Monday of each month in Valparaiso, the third Thursday of each month in Michigan City. And you can find out more at 219greenconnect.com. 219 GreenConnect also strives to put together a good event calendar and cover, local green news. So please join us there at 219greenconnect.com. Find out information both about Earth Day and all kinds of things that you can do throughout the year. So I know we're almost out of time, Donna, but I really look forward to Saturday, and I hope that a lot of folks will listen to this, share it, invite your friends, neighbors, and come on by, say hi to me at 219 GreenConnect booth, and say hi to Donna. You'll be there too.
Yes, I will be the one running around like a chicken with her head cut off. But one thing you need to know, it's free admission.
Free admission.
And it's free parking. So, where else can you spend a day with your family for free?
Well, we will see you there. It is the end of our time today, but to be continued Saturday and beyond. So thank you for listening to another episode of 9 Connect, and thank you, Donna, for being with me.
Thanks, Kathy.
Okay, take care.
You too. Bye-bye. Bye.